All right, all right, all right. Welcome, 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 everybody. Something a little bit different tonight. Mr. President is about to address the nation. So we're gonna tune into Fox News and hope you guys enjoy, man. Mr. Barry, first one in the house. Let's go, Mr. Jacob. Good evening, sir. Bugsta in the house too. You was looking for this? Let's go. I got you, bro. I got you. Shout out to Fox News, by the way. This is not an original broadcast by me, by any means. I'm not claiming the rights to this broadcast by any means. This is all Fox News. I'm just sharing it with you guys so we can do a little reaction and listen to our president. So hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you got your drinks ready. Make sure you guys snack, whatever your choice is, and look forward to hanging out with people. A lot of people will probably be just tuning in because of the title, and I appreciate that. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, as you read in the description, this is not my usual content. I am a YouTube streamer and I do live streams of video gaming. So if you would like to subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it and we would greatly welcome you. Other than that, enjoy. Hope everybody gets some answers to some of the questions that they have, and we'll see what happens. So let's hang out for a little bit and check out the show. Colby in the house. Let's go. Let's go. The only thing I do request is let's keep it mostly civil in the chat. You know what I mean? Like I'll do all the craziness more than likely. But yeah, man, let's try to keep it civil and cool heads prevail, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So no derogatory comments in the chat, please. For all the newcomers or anything like that. I know the OGs in the chat know. But yeah, man, greatly appreciate the support on the channel. Colby coming in for 12 months. What? Let's go, bro. Congratulations again, man. Congratulations again, brother. Thank you, Bugsta. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go grab something out of the other room. I will be right back. Jacob coming in for 11 months. Let's go, MAGA baby. Let's go. It's happening, man. It's happening quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I didn't think people would expect a lot of things to go this quickly, you know? So hopefully they can keep it going and we can get us back on the right track as a country. So we'll see, man. Fingers crossed. So far, so good. And we'll just keep pushing forward, man. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. And then we'll chill for just a little bit. You guys don't even see my camera, huh? Ah, there we go. I'll get it figured out. Get the camera to focus. Foo boy, my man, what's happening? Let's go. Let's go. Bugsta for 5 months too. Bro, I freaking love you guys, man. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Like I said, this is not the norm for the channel, but I'm kind of interested in what might possibly be said tonight, and I'm sure there are a lot of other people that might be interested too. So let's hang out for a little bit. Maybe grab your beverage of choice, maybe a snack, you know, maybe a little smoke, whatever, you know. Whatever you got, we don't discriminate around here, man. We live in America, and it is a free country, so appreciate you guys, man. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some stuff, and we're about to get this party on the road. Let's go.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
All right, let's go. There's our man right there. Posted on True Social that there's huge dudes dropping tonight. I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it. I think he's got a lot to say. I think he's gonna have a lot to say, honestly. I gotta turn this down, dude. Like, that's a lot louder in my ear than what the game is when I'm playing the game. You guys can still hear that okay, right? I just turned it down in my headset, I think. Cosmic! Good evening, my friend. $10-4, fool boy. I see you, brother. I see you. You do your thing. I'm just chilling. Yeah, the meeting with Zelensky was crazy, dude. Crazy. But it was, I don't like that guy. Shifty Schiff. Shifty Schiff. Don't like him. MJ! Here's to peace. I agree 100%. Let's go. We'll be on 10 minutes, okay. We're gonna have a little smoke, man. I live in a legal state, so I'm going to enjoy my recreational cannabis. Let's go. Jacob, I have not tried a steak and shake in, I couldn't even tell you, dude. Like, it's been, honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you. It was that long ago. Holy cow, dude. Like, this headset is so crazy. When I'm on my game and I'm gaming, I got it on 30 out of 100. Right now, I just turned it down to 12. Like, dude, these things are so loud, dude. The audio in these things is crazy. Well, I heard allegedly that the Democrats were going to do some crazy stuff tonight just to kind of interfere and interrupt the speech kind of thing, you know? And I think the Democratic leader, what's his name? Hakeem Jeffries, I think, pretty much put a stop to it and said, you're going to shut this the F down. Like he's not having it. So props to him if he did that. And we'll see if his words stand strong, you know? Riley!
Thank you very much. Thank you
Let's
very
go.
much. It's a great honor. Thank you very much. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States,
Yeah. Nah, it'll just show their maturity level if they do that, man. If they do anything like they're all wearing
members
pink.
of the United States.
They're all wearing pink, which that's
Congress,
cool.
Thank you very much.
I get it, but
And to my fellow citizens,
let's listen to the man.
America
Cheers, everybody.
is back.
let's go. We'll smoke to that. Look, none of the Democrats are standing up or clapping nothing. Nothing. None of them. None of them. I just don't understand why they can't be happy about
6
what's
weeks
going
ago,
on, dude. I mean, I can
stood
understand why they
beneath
can't,
the dome
but
of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Let's compare a HELOC to an alternative that comes with
Come
no
on, man.
monthly payments. A HELOC is a line of credit from your home's equity.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
I don't know, Jacob.
The American
I've been
dream
trying
is
to figure that out
unstoppable,
myself,
and our
man.
country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral
Can you guys hear
college
that all right?
victory of 312 votes.
If not, I can turn it up a little bit.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Oh, here we go. Drowned him out. Drowned him out. Sounds good. Thank you, son.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525. But
You're
a
out of
map
here.
that reads almost completely red for Republican.
Let's go.
Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing.
But
the
I
most
respect your
ever.
opinion. I respect your opinion, GPK. I can respect it.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
There you go. Fuck around and find out.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order.
There you go. Fuck around,
Move
find
this
out.
gentleman from the chamber.
You're fucking out of here. Quit being stupid. Let the man speak. All you gotta do is let the man speak. That's all you gotta do. Let the man speak.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land.
Let's go.
The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it. In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation.
How about that?
And what makes it even more impressive is that
Did you see
know who
that?
number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
Let's go.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
Oh, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It should be united, man. It's all the greed, in my opinion. It's all the greed
So Democrats
that's
sitting
in our
before
Congress
me,
and that's in our government.
just this one
that-
night, why not
and
join
that's
us in
why there's so
celebrating
many like
incredible wins for
disappointed or
America?
upset people, is because
For the good of our nation,
now,
let's work together and let's truly
for the first
make
time in
America
who knows
great
how long,
again.
it's actually like somebody's catching on to it. You know what I mean? So the piggy bank for all these people that are pissed off is gonna stop, and it's, dude.
Every day my administration is fighting to deliver the
That's the
change
only
America needs
reason that I
bring a
can think
future
of
that America
that
deserves. And
they
we're doing
disagree
it.
with things.
This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking
Because
office,
now
I
they can't
imposed
skate by,
an immediate freeze on all
not show
federal
up to
hiring,
work,
a freeze
and
on
still
all
get
new
paid,
federal regulations,
like-
and a freeze on all foreign aid.
Dude, it's not that hard. Smash the like button, everybody, please. Thank you.
I terminated
If you're reading the
ridiculous
description,
green
this is a
scam. I withdrew
rebroadcast,
from the
so
unfair
not my
Paris
original.
Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction.
I don't like that Schumer dude either.
To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term.
Nice.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
That's not much to ask. Not much to ask, man.
And we have ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good.
Look at them with their little signs, dude. How... Dude, how bad does this actually make them look, dude? Like literally sitting there with your little paddleboard.
It's back.
with flashcards. Like, come on, dude. Dude, that's just...
And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
There you go. That's a good thing. English should be the official language of the United States.
I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
I don't know if that one went over. Like,
And likewise,
with like
I
geographical
renamed
things.
for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again.
There you go.
Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska. We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
That's a good thing.
And
Ooh,
our
she's
country
mad.
will be woke no longer.
Good shit. Good shit.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant,
Pasta!
a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
That's how it should be. That's how it is everywhere else.
You should be hired based on merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Agreed. Smash the like button, everybody. Please and thank you.
I also
Hope you're all having a
signed
good
an
evening.
executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Yes. That's another good one. And dude, I can't understand why people are like not happy about this and fighting against it. Like, it makes
3 years ago,
zero
Peyton
sense to
McNabb
me.
was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side, and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery.
Christine.
And Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose.
Hello,
all
Nicole.
federal
Hello, hello. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Miss Christine. How are you tonight, young lady?
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
Hannah, that's fucking... Gonna grow your hair out or no? I want pictures. I want pictures, man.
What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world.
Hell yeah.
Common sense has become a common theme and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen. Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working
The first rule of
families.
basement sports
As
is you
know,
don't
we
talk about
inherited
basement
from
sports.
the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
I'd rather not then. Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Jacob. Be careful.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control. And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job. A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number
It
of
might
new
be a
oil
good
and
thing,
gas
Jacob.
leases by
It might be a good thing.
95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now.
Let's go.
And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
Nice.
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
I agree, Jacob. I agree, man.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
I don't like her.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender. This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for
Mama P.
voter confidence in Liberia.
Do this 7 minutes a day until April 1st. We start on Monday, March 3rd.
He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda.
That's what I never understood is why does all of our money go to other countries for random reasons? You know what I mean?
For improving
Makes
learning
0
outcomes
sense to me.
in Asia. Asia's doing
If we
very
want to
well
do
in
those
learning.
studies, then they should be done
know what
here
we're doing?
and the money
We use
stays
it
here.
ourselves.
Like,
And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education.
never
The
understood
most
that.
ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud. And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and
I
other
noticed that
things.
too, Mama. I was like,
Back
what the
a lot
hell?
of that money. We got it just in time. This is just
I
the
want some of
beginning.
what you got.
The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100
Oh, I don't
to
trust anybody up there, Mama P, to be honest. Like, honestly,
It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby. Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age.
Wow.
More than 100 years, more than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's older than me.
By slashing
That's fucking
all of the
old.
fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families. And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
Yeah, that
we
list.
have developed in
I,
great
she's being
detail
stonewalled
what
a
we
lot,
are
though. For
calling
one,
the
I
gold
think,
card,
and for two, I think
which
she's
goes
like
on sale very, very soon.
crossing T's and
For
dotting
$5
I's. You know.
million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country, we will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money.
It's amazing, dude, how that nobody on that side. Look, you got 5 people.
Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our
It just
freedoms,
amazes me,
ballooned
you
our
know?
deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible
Like they can't
way.
be happy for not
The nation
one
founded
freaking
by
thing.
pioneers and
Not
risk
one.
takers now
Not
drowns under
fucking one.
millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. my administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
Let's go. Shit's going so fast, all the Democrats' heads are spinning, dude. They don't know which way to go. You know? It's kind of sad.
And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change
Like,
will
they
be
just
removed
don't like
from
this guy
office
so much that they
immediately.
can't be happy for one thing that's being
Because we are
done good for
draining
the
the
country.
swamp.
Like,
It's
not
very
one.
simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats.
That's how you can tell
are
that they
over.
don't give a fuck about the country. They give a fuck about themselves. That's how you can tell who's who. I know they got me right. They cut my shit off, Itachi. They found me. They found me.
And the
I
next phase
even
of
tried
our
to clean
plan
up a little bit
deliver the
and
greatest
you know, look a
economy in
little
history
younger
is
too,
for
so
this
you know, make it more
Congress
presentable.
to
But
pass tax
they
cuts
still got me.
for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's all about filling their pockets.
It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it.
And I'm sure when you're up in that
permanent income tax cuts all across the board, and to
bracket
get urgently
of,
needed relief to Americans hit especially
like,
hard by inflation, I'm calling
I don't
for
know, I would
no
say-
tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, it amazes me, man, that like, I just don't think that,
And I also
if you're that high up in the
wanna
Congress
make
or
interest
in a
payments
political
on car
position,
loans tax
in my
deductible,
opinion,
but only if
I
the car
think,
is made
like,
in
I
America.
understand you probably only make 160, 180, whatever, $200,000 a year, but that's a hell of a living. That's a hell of a living.
And
Like,
by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto
unless
industry
you're
like
out there,
nobody's
like,
ever seen.
putting your
Plants are
life
opening
on
up
the
all over
line
place.
every
Deals are
day,
being made. Never seen.
then
That's a combination
that
of the
seems like a
election
pretty good
win and
living if you're
tariffs.
sitting in an
It's a
office.
beautiful
You know?
word, isn't it?
Seems like it.
That, along with our
There's
other
people out there that
policies,
bust
will
their ass
allow our
every
auto
day of their
industry
life
to
that
absolutely
don't
boom.
even
It's
come
gonna boom.
close to
Go
making
the
what
majors
those guys
today,
make
all
sitting
three.
in an office all
The
day,
top
not
people
really
are
doing a
so
whole lot.
excited. In fact,
They do a
already
whole lot
numerous
once
car
in a while.
companies have
They don't do a
announced
whole
that
lot
they will
every
be
day.
building massive
You know?
automobile plants
So-
in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana.
For them to
one of the
not
largest
be able
anywhere
to
in the
live
world.
comfortably in doing so, that means they can't budget their money. So they had to go find it elsewhere. And for me, if you can't live a
And this
decent
has taken
life
place since
on
our
$200,000
November
a year,
5th, a date
like,
which will hopefully go down
you're
as one of the
overspending
most
on some shit.
important in the history
You know what I
of our
mean?
country.
like, you don't need a 15-bedroom
In
mansion
addition,
if
as
it's
part of our
you,
tax
your
cuts,
wife, and one
we
kid.
want to cut taxes on
Why?
domestic production and all
Why?
manufacturing.
You don't need
And
96
just as
fucking
we did
cars
before,
if
we
there's
will
only
provide
2 of you that are going to drive them.
100% expensing.
Unless you
It
are
will
a
be
collector of
retroactive to
classic
January
or
20th,
special
2025,
edition cars.
And it was one
Something
of the
along
main
those lines.
reasons why our
But,
tax
like,
cuts were so successful
makes no
in our
sense.
first term, giving us
You know?
the
And I
most
understand if you
successful
got the money,
economy
you want
in
to
the
spend
history
it,
of
by
our
all
country.
means, it's your
First
money.
term. We had
But,
a great first term.
like, for some people to be in the positions that they're in, if you didn't want to be stuck
If you don't
making
make your product in America,
$170,000
however,
a
under the Trump
year,
administration, you
then
will pay a tariff,
you
and in
should have
some
picked another
cases, a
career,
rather
for one.
large one.
And for two,
Other countries
that
have
means
used
you really don't
tariffs
give a
against
fuck
us for
about your
decades,
country,
and now it's our turn to start using them
because
against those other
every
countries.
enlisted
On
and
average, the
officer in the
European
military
Union,
doesn't
China,
make
Brazil,
anywhere
India,
near
Mexico
what
and Canada,
those
have you
guys
heard
do.
of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously
gives you something to think
higher
about, man.
tariffs than
Gives you
we
something to think
charge
about.
them.
Like, why are you bitching so much over your money?
India charges us
Because
auto tariffs
they shut down all
higher
the
than
other side incomes that you
100%.
were getting,
China's average
and that's why you
tariff
live
on our
these
products
lavish
is twice
lifestyles that you
what
live.
we charge them.
You know?
And South Korea's
And now they're
average
pissed off
tariff
that
is
the
4
piggy
times
bank's
higher. Think of
getting
that, 4 times
basically
higher.
closed off
And we
or
give
emptied
so
out.
much help militarily and in
Pretty
so
interesting,
many other
man.
ways to South Korea. But
Pretty
that's
interesting.
What happens.
That's
This
one of the
is
main
happening
reasons I
by
actually got out of the
friend and
Marine
foe.
Corps, and
This system
I've
is
told
not
both my
fair to the
kids, my
United
friends,
States. It never was,
everybody,
and so
man,
on
like
April 2nd,
it's just too political.
I wanted to
It's
make it
too
April 1st,
political, man.
but I didn't want to be
Back in the
accused of
90s,
April
mid
Fool's Day.
90s, when I was in,
That's not just
Yeah.
one day was
The
cost us
Clinton
a lot of
era?
money.
crazy.
But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person.
He's
April
going to
2nd,
invest our money in
reciprocal
Russia.
tariffs
That's a
kick
good
in.
possibility.
And whatever they
That's a good
tariff us,
possibility.
Other countries,
And
we will tariff them. That's
My
reciprocal back
opinion
and forth.
on that
Whatever they
would be
tax us,
if it gets
we will
us
tax
peace around the world,
if they do non-monetary
I'd be down to invest. Depending on what I'm
to
investing
keep us
in,
out of their market,
you know,
then we
there's
will
going to be
do
some stipulations.
non-monetary barriers
But
to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of
as long as it brings
they don't
peace,
even allow us in their market.
I'm cool with investing.
We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, and the
We've
crazy
been
thing
ripped
is,
off for
Jacob,
decades by nearly every country
I
on Earth,
agree.
and we will
There should be a lot
not
more
let that happen
benefits.
any longer.
And they're only there for the abled, the abled, disabled veterans.
Much has been said over
But the ones that are
last
like,
3 months
not
about
able to
Mexico
do a
and
lot of the
Canada.
stuff, to
We
like,
have very large deficits with both of
get
them,
out
but
and go
even more
places
importantly, they've
and do
allowed
these things
fentanyl
and make
to come into our
meetings
country
and,
at levels never seen
those
before,
are
killing
a lot of our
hundreds of
homeless
thousands of
that are
our
out on the streets, our
citizens and
veterans.
many very young, beautiful people destroying
And nowadays, a
families.
lot of
Nobody's
young
ever seen
people.
anything like it. They
So
are in effect
it's
receiving
it sucks, man.
subsidies of
It
hundreds of
sucks to
billions
see
of
that
dollars.
to
We
where
pay
all of our money
subsidies
is
to
going, all that
Canada,
money that we had going
to Mexico of
overseas
hundreds
and to
of
these
billions of dollars, and
wherever
United
the
States
hell
will
else
not be
made up
doing that
entities,
any longer.
or
Not gonna
whatever
do
you
it
want to
any
call.
longer.
Yeah, they should have been paying way more
Thanks to
attention
our America
to
First
those
policies we're
issues right
putting
there.
into place, we have
And I think if you pay attention to one,
$1.7 trillion of
it'll
new
it'll
investment
actually
in America
combine
in
them
just
both.
the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have
Yeah,
done
we don't. We
if
get free medical,
Kamala had
but
won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday,
Me too, Itachi.
Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market.
the reason that
Announced a
it's a
$165
coping
billion
mechanism.
investment to
In
build
my
the most
opinion,
powerful
Jacob,
chips
that
on
this,
Earth
these are just
right
my
here in the
opinions.
USA.
But in my opinion, that would be their coping mechanism. Because they feel, maybe they feel helpless or useless,
And we're not
or
giving them any money.
nobody
Your
gives
CHIPS
a
Act
fuck
is
about
the
them, so why
horrible,
should they give a fuck
horrible
about
thing. We give
themselves,
hundreds
kind
of
of thing.
billions of dollars, and it
There's
doesn't
a
mean a
lot
thing.
that goes
They
to
take
it,
our
man.
money and
There's
they
a
don't
lot
spend
that
it.
goes into
All that meant
the
to
homeless
them, we're giving
situation.
them
I'm
no
sure
money.
a lot
All that was
more
important
than
to
what
them was they didn't want to
people
pay the
actually
tariffs, so they came
realize.
and they're building,
You
and
know?
many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money.
I'm
We
sure
just
there's a
wanna protect
lot
our
more
businesses and our
to it
people.
than
And they
people
will come
realize.
because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act and whatever's left over.
The other thing,
Mr.
too,
Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt.
the other
for
thing
any
too
other
is
reason you want to.
before the country actually had taxes, this country lived and made money and was wealthy and prosperous because of tariffs. And when the government decided to get their hand involved in everybody's paycheck and create the taxes, the tariffs were like pretty much pushed out and not there anymore.
Goods that come in from
and ever since then, we've started to have a national debt.
Really in a bad.
Does this make sense to anybody? Like, I'm pretty sure that's how I understood it when I read it and when I heard it.
Disgusting, and they come in, they pour in, and they hurt our American.
And that wasn't too long ago. You know what I mean? That wasn't too long ago.
Our farmers starting on April
somebody
2nd,
could fact check that if they want. I'm sure. You know, I'm not.
We had that before.
You know, I'm not 100% sure, like, but I'm 99% sure that our country is
probably have to
pretty prosperous on tariffs.
Even better. That was great.
And
the problem with it was that
until
Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't.
They brought in taxes.
$50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did
And
not
I'm
enforce it.
pretty sure I'm right about that.
But
and it was not too long ago.
Have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all gonna happen. And I have also imposed a
look at him sleeping.
25% tariff on
Look at him sleeping.
aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard. Has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff.
Nice. Good for him.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
Oh shit, they're clapping.
Stories like Jeff's
Whoa,
remind
whoa,
us
whoa,
that
whoa,
tariffs
whoa.
are not just about protecting American jobs.
Hands are gonna break.
They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She worked so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
Yeah, he got a pardon though, right, Jacob? Didn't he get a fucking pardon? Yeah, that spice is not good, man. If you're gonna do it, make sure it's all natural shit, dude. Like, make sure it's the real stuff.
Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive
Hitachi,
young
right?
women.
He's over there nodded out, dude.
Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John.
So there was AI-generated pictures of this girl on the internet? Is that what that is? That's not cool.
Thank you. And thank
That's
you
not
to
cool.
John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
When I tell people
That's
she's
good.
21 years old, they're just taken back without a farmer's dog. I truly don't believe she.
And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We
Like,
have to take care of our law enforcement.
How can you
Have to.
not want your border of your country secure, for one
Last
thing,
year-
my question. And for two, if you go, I've been to 18 different countries around the freaking world, and the majority of those countries have borders and people guarding them, and you need permits, passports, whatever, to go through that border. If not, they will shoot you.
Lakin was stolen
They
from us
will
by a savage
shoot
illegal
you.
alien gang
Okay?
member who
Shoot
was arrested while
you.
trespassing
You don't
across
get
Biden's
captured up,
open southern
rounded
border,
up like cattle.
and
You
then set
nothing.
loose into the
You don't
United
get taken
States
to
under
a
the
safe
heartless
place.
policies
You
of
don't
that
get,
failed
oh, hey, where you going? Okay, you can go free.
administration. Indeed,
You know,
a failed
they will
administration.
shoot you.
He had then
Dead.
been
Done.
arrested and released
So,
in a
why?
Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster.
Would you
Before
not
ending
want
the life of
a
this
border
beautiful
around your
young
own
angel.
country when
With
other
us this
countries
evening
do
are
stuff
Lakin's
like that?
beloved mother, Allison, and
You know?
her sister, Laura.
Crazy to me, dude. Crazy to me. Makes no sense, dude. Makes no sense. Yeah, we're in military vehicles
Last year, I told
U.S.
Lakin's
military
grieving
vehicles
parents
in
that we
Jordan
would ensure their daughter
being escorted
would not
by
have died in
Jordanian
vain.
military
That's why
vehicle
the very first bill I
to
signed
go
into law
off and on the
has
base,
the
and
47th
we still got
president
harassed.
mandates the
And we
detention
had
of
a
all dangerous
Jordanian
criminal
military
aliens who
escort.
threaten public safety.
We had to go on
It's a
base to
strong,
get gas,
powerful act.
to get fuel from their base so we could fuel equipment out in the field. And, dude, that was crazy. That was crazy.
It's called the
Checkpoints,
Lakin-Riley Act.
all kinds
so
of other stuff.
Allison and Lauren,
Dude,
America
gunpoint,
will never, ever
the
forget
whole
our
nine, dude.
beautiful
Checking the truck,
Lakin
like-
Hope Riley.
Mirrors under the truck, the whole nine, dude. Like, it's just to go in there and, like, we had to escort. I understand. I get it. You know what I mean? But these are the kind of things that normal citizens don't get to see real life. You know what I mean? They see it in the movie and they think, oh, that's
Taking
just for the
office, my
movies.
administration
No,
has
that shit's
launched
fucking
the
real.
most sweeping border
They will
and
shoot
immigration
you
crackdown
If
in
you go
American
through
history,
that border
and we quickly
or that
achieved
gate
the lowest
or that
numbers
area any other
illegal
way
border
than what you are
crossings
supposed to.
ever recorded. Thank
Crazy.
you.
Crazy. Zigzag blockades all the way in, concertina wire, triple strands. Dude, all of it. Crazy, bro. Crazy. So, for me, just
The
my
media
opinion,
and our
for
friends
me,
in the
my
Democrat
recommendation
Party kept saying
would
we
be
needed
for
new
these
legislation. We must have
people
legislation to
that
secure
are
the
so
border.
against that kind
But
of
it
stuff
turned out
to
that all we
actually go
really
visit
needed
these other
was a
places
new
that
president.
are like what I'm talking about. You know? Facts, Jacob.
Thank you. Joe Biden didn't just open
Hell
up
yeah.
borders, he flew illegal
Very
aliens
glad you're here,
over
Pasta.
them to
Very glad
overwhelm
you're here,
our
buddy.
schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption.
They're
like
eating the
nobody's
dogs.
ever
They're
seen
eating the
before.
cats.
Beautiful towns
That shit was
destroyed.
hilarious, dude.
Now, just
That was
as I
hilarious.
promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great
And
liberation
by the
of
way,
America.
this is a rebroadcast of Fox News. Not my original broadcast. I just want that to be known.
But there
YouTube
still
or anyone that's watching.
is
Not my
much
original
work to be
broadcast.
done. Here
Says
tonight
in
is
the
a
description
woman
of the video as
I
well.
have gotten to know,
So props to
Alexis
Fox News
Nungari
for airing
from
this
Houston.
live.
Wonderful woman. Last
And
June,
I'm
Alexis's 12-year-old daughter,
Pretty
her
sure
precious
it's
Jocelyn,
not going to be edited
walked to a
by
nearby
anybody because the
convenience
president will
She was
probably
kidnapped,
crack
tied
down
up,
on that shit
assaulted
real
for
good.
2 hours under a
Like he's
bridge,
like, let the cameras
and
roll.
horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous
I'll be right
open
back.
border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight, I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order? Thank you very much. All 3 savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
There you go. There's enough problems in our country with gangs as it is, and to have
They
other
are now
countries'
officially
gangs
in the same
in our
category
country
as
is
ISIS, and that's not good for them.
not good.
Countless thousands of these terrorists.
Like I said, you
were
go to other
welcomed
countries,
into
man,
the U.S. by the
It's not like that.
Biden administration.
It just
but
does
now
not
every
like
last
that.
one will be rounded up and forcibly removed
They will
from
hang
our country,
you,
or
shoot
if they're
you,
too dangerous,
chop off
put
your
in
limbs.
jails,
Like,
standing trial
dude,
in this country, because
they
we don't
they
want them.
they don't care
come back
over in
ever.
those other countries. Like
With
they
us
don't
this
care.
evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
What did he just sign? He signed, there was a girl that was murdered, and since she enjoyed nature and wildlife
In
and
January, Roberto
animals
and
and
were
whatnot,
patrolling by the Rio Grande,
he opened a
near an
wildlife
area known
sanctuary
as
refuge
Cartel
in her name
Island. Doesn't sound too nice
in
to me.
Texas, where she's from.
When heavily armed
That's what he
gunmen
signed.
started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow
Thank you,
agent
Cosmic.
to
Thank you.
seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took, and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much. Thank you, Roberto. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Are you close to there at all, Jacob?
Mexican authorities.
Are you close to that
because
wildlife
of
place?
our tariff policies being imposed on them. Think of this. Handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever. But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it. And as we reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns.
Oh, that's that far? Okay, I got you. I wasn't sure how close you were to it.
In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually seized enforcing
that's
the law
hilarious.
against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law
I
enforcement.
love
against
how he trolls people,
political
dude.
opponents
It's
like
fucking
me.
funny.
My
It's funny.
administration has
But when they
acted
try to do
swiftly
it back,
and
if for
decisively
some reason it just
to
blows up
restore
at them,
fair,
dude. They're not good at
equal, and
trolling.
impartial justice
Like they're just
under
not.
the
Some people are.
constitutional rule of law.
Like I'm probably
Starting
not.
at
I'm
the
probably one of those. I'm
FBI
probably
and
not
the
good at being a troll.
DOJ,
I can troll for a
Pam.
little bit, but
Good luck.
I don't have
Cash, wherever you may
I,
be, good
I don't
luck.
have the conscience to keep
luck.
trolling
Pam
like that.
Bond.
Like I don't see the sense in it. You know, like I don't
Good
see the
luck.
nature in
So
it. But
important. Gonna
man,
do a great job.
when
Cash,
you're being trolled and then
thank
you
you.
control back at them and
Thank you, Cash.
it blows up in your face, like, dude, that's hilarious. Otto! Let's go.
They've already started very
Who
strong.
would have known?
They did a
Ah, man.
fantastic job. You're going to be very proud. of them.
I'll
We're
be
also once
51 this
again
year,
giving
man.
our
I've
police
seen quite a
officers
bit.
the support, protection, and
More
respect
than
they
most,
so
and not as much as
dearly
others.
deserve. They have to
But
get it.
man,
They have such a hard, dangerous job. But we're gonna
just
make it
in
less
my
dangerous.
lifetime, the
problem
changes
is
that
the bad
I've
guys
seen,
don't respect the law, but they're
Man.
starting to respect it, and they soon will.
it's been
respect
wild,
it.
dude. It's been a roller
This
coaster.
also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women
And
are
I never really
unbelievable
been into
people, and I'll never
politics.
forget them.
The reason I got
And
out of
besides
the
that,
Marine
they
Corps
voted for
was
me in
it
record
was being
numbers,
too
so I have
political.
no choice.
It was right when they started doing a bunch of random stuff in the military and
1 year ago this
all the other
month,
craziness. So
31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan
yeah,
Dillon,
that's the reason I got out.
unbelievably
I've never really been
wonderful
political.
person
Still
and
not a
great
political person,
officer,
but
was gunned down at
past
a
couple of
traffic
years,
stop on
I've
Long Island. I went to
made it
his funeral.
like
The vicious
a point to
criminal
pay
charged
attention
with
to
his murder
what's
had
going
21
on,
prior
just
arrests,
because I've
and
noticed
they were rough
the
arrests,
downfall
too. He was a real
of
bad one.
where it was
The thug
before
in the seat next to
and
him
where it is now.
had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer.
Yeah,
He was
I
Killer.
had
He
to
killed other
pay
people,
attention,
they say
man.
a
I
lot.
had to pay attention, you know.
I attended
So
Officer
I'm glad I started paying
Diller's
attention,
service,
and
when I met
you know, I
his wife and 1-year-old son Ryan, it was very
being a
inspirational,
veteran,
actually.
I kind of look at
His widow's
things a
name
little
is
bit
Stephanie,
differently
and
than
she's here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very
than
much,
people that aren't veterans.
Thank you very much.
You know, maybe not, but being where I've been and some of the things that I've done and seen and heard, you know, man, how much it's changed from then until now is
Stephanie, we're going to make sure
like night and
that
day.
Ryan knows
It's
his
like
dad
night and
was
day.
a true
It's
hero,
freaking
New York's
crazy.
finest. And we're going
it's
to
not
get
all been
these cold-blooded
it's
killers
not all
and
been
repeat
like
offenders off our streets, so we're going to
uphill,
do it fast.
like we're
Gotta stop it.
progressing. It's
They get out
been
with 28 arrests.
it's been a
They push
downward
people into
spiral
subway
for
trains.
a long time.
They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Hell yeah.
I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Nice.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in.
I kind of think that way too, in a sense, Otto.
A number of
The
times.
whole
The
like
police
working
love him,
together
the
for a
police
downfall.
departments love him, And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all.
Man,
I am asking our new Secret Service Director,
until now,
Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
let's go.
Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
Let's go. Let's go, Bobby.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong. As an example,
No vote
Not long
until
ago,
reparations on the
and you
table.
can't even believe these
I agree, man. I think that
1 in 10,000 children had autism. 1 in 10,000.
if we want to
and now
be
it's 1 in 30.
a prosperous
There's something
world,
wrong. 1 in 30.
you know what I mean?
Think of that.
Not just a nation,
So we're gonna
not
find
just a
out
country,
what it is, and
you know what I
there's nobody
mean?
better than Bobby
We
and
want
all of the
everybody to be
people that are
prosperous.
working
We
with
want
you to get the
every
best
country
to,
and every
figure
person
out
to
what is
thrive
going on.
and succeed.
Hey, Bobby, good
You know what I
luck.
mean?
It's a very
Like,
important
why
job.
not?
Thank you.
Why would you not want that for other people? And in order for that shit to happen, I think, trust me, that's
Thank you.
probably
My
never going to
administration
happen
is
in
also working to
most of our
protect
lifetimes.
children from toxic ideologies in our schools.
But
A
in
few
order
years
for that
ago,
to happen,
January,
there's got to be
little
common
John
ground for
and her husband
everybody.
discovered that their
And
daughter's school had
there's going to be
secretly
people that are going to
socially
try to
transitioned their
like
13-year-old
get a little
girl.
extra
Teachers
out
and
of one,
administrators
and maybe
conspired
not
to deceive
enough out of
January
another,
and her husband
just to compensate.
while encouraging her daughter
But
to use
that
a
can't
new
be
name
how it is.
and
You know what I mean?
pronouns.
It's got to be
They,
equal
them
on
pronouns.
all sides for
All
everybody
without
to get
telling
along.
January, who's
Everything's
here
got to
tonight
be
and is
agreed
now a
upon.
courageous advocate
No fucking
against
nuclear
this
weapons.
form
None of that
child
shit.
abuse.
Shut all
January.
down.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, like all this stuff needs to be worldwide, not just nation. Like everybody has their beliefs and whatnot, but as a human being, why would you not
Thank you.
want to see other human
Stories like
beings
this are why,
prosper
shortly
and
after
thrive
taking
and be
office, I signed an
successful
executive order
and
banning public schools
live
from
in nice houses and
indoctrinating
drive
our
nice
children with
cars and dress nice
transgender
clothes and go to
ideology.
nice schools and, you know, manners and, you know, attitude and knowledge. And why would you not want everybody to have those things? You know what I
also
mean?
signed an order
It just
to
doesn't
cut off
make
all
sense to me.
taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
Doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make sense.
And now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie.
Yeah.
And our message to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
There you go.
Are you really the last person to find out about this skip ads forever button?
No,
This is Pi.
I've heard
and
you
if it sounds
before
familiar
on
to you, it's
another
called-
freaking
And
ad.
It's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better?
Right, Otto? Everybody needs to come to the table
Service members
and
won't
be
activists and
just have
ideologues.
respect
They will
for
be
the other
fighters
fucking
and
people.
warriors. They will
You know what I
fight
mean?
for our country.
Have respect
And
for what they want to do.
congratulations.
As long as it's for the good of their country and for the good of their people and citizens, you know, let them fucking do what they're going to do in their country to help their citizens be prosperous.
And he's not
But
big into the woke
if they have a government to where they want
well.
their community and
I
their
am pleased to
citizens
report that in
to
January, the
be
U.S. Army
lower
had its
income, the
single best
majority to be
recruiting
lower
month in 15
income
years, and
or
that all armed services
top
are having
level.
among
You know
the
what I
best
mean? Like
recruiting
fucking
results ever
high
in the
income.
history of
There's
our
no
services.
middle in
What a
between.
difference.
You're either the bottom of the barrel or you're up here. One or the other. And that's the way a lot of countries are. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit
And you
about
know, it
their
was
communities
just
and their people.
a few months
And that's
ago
why the
where the
government
results were
lives
exactly
in nice
the opposite. We
stone,
couldn't recruit
brick,
anywhere. We couldn't
wood,
recruit.
whatever homes,
Now we're
and
having
other people live in
the best
huts.
results
You know? Like,
just about that we've ever had. What a
dude, take
tremendous
some
turnaround.
money, build your people
really
some
a beautiful
homes
thing
that
to see.
actually
People
last,
love our
make
country again. It's
jobs
very
for your
simple. They
communities.
love our country, and
You
they
know,
love being
like,
in our military again.
how is that so
it's a
difficult?
great thing, and
It
thank you very
doesn't
much.
make
Take
sense
care.
to me how it's that difficult. It really doesn't. So, what it comes down to is greed of money.
Joined tonight
And
by a
just
young
as I
man,
say that,
Jason
look who
Hartley,
fucking pops on the
knows
screen.
weight of that
Greed of
call
money
duty.
and greed of power.
Jason's father, grandfather, and
Yeah, that's
great-grandfather
the only two things that it
all
boils
wore
down
the
to, man.
uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad,
This guy,
who was
his
also
first
a Los
term,
Angeles County
didn't even
Sheriff's
accept a
deputy
paycheck
when he was just
for
a
his whole
boy,
4
and
years.
Now he wants to carry on
So,
the family
obviously,
legacy of service.
he wasn't doing it for the
Jason
money.
is a senior in high school, a
And
six-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete. They
The
say.
first 4
A
years,
brilliant
he was
student
pretty
with a
much ambushed
4.46.
by
That's good GPA.
the whole Democratic Party
His
and
greatest dream is
maybe
to attend the U.S.
a lot of the
Military
Republican
Academy
Party
at West Point.
when he got nominated the first time, or when he got elected the first time, I should say. And this time, he actually was prepared, and everybody else is not. Everybody else is not prepared for what he's ready to do. He's had his 4 years in
And
office before,
Jason, that's
another
another
4
big deal
years
getting in.
that
That's a hard
Biden,
one to
and
get
then
into,
now.
but
So he's had 8 years
I'm pleased to inform
figure
you
shit
that
out.
your application
and
has
he's been
accepted.
up here
You will soon be
the
joining
whole time.
Corps of Cadets.
You know what I mean? He's had friends up there the whole time on that side that actually were with him and could help him. And his advisors, his lawyer, that Elena Haba, dude, everybody. Dude, those people, just dogs, dude. Like, go-getters. Fucking grinders.
Thank you.
And that's how he's
Jason,
able
you're
to
gonna
do
be
all
on the
this shit so
long gray
fast right
line,
now.
Jason.
And nobody
As
expected it.
Commander-in-Chief,
Nobody.
my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm
It gets
asking
more
Congress
ridiculous.
to
I hope
fund
it
a
gets better for you,
state-of-the-art
Otto.
Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland, all made in the USA.
He's trying to get this whole thing passed for the farmers, man. So hopefully what he's doing for that will help
Ronald Reagan
guys like you.
Wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it.
It's amazing how many views we've had tonight on the stream. We've been live for an hour and a half. We've already had 387 views on the stream. Pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Like I said before, not my original broadcast. I'm just rebroadcasting of Fox News. So credit all to them.
Shipbuilding and military shipbuilding.
Just here to share what's going on with some of you guys that might not be able to see it otherwise, you know. So
tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much.
okay, so with the shipbuilding thing, I actually helped build, well, had a whole crew, wasn't just me, but actually built the NASCO building down in San Diego, and it's where they actually build the Navy ships. So they bring them in on this fucking big ass crane and this train track system, and then they start welding and putting these things together outside, and then it gets freaking trained and craned into another building where it gets sandblasted, and then it gets craned into another part of that same building to get like primered or whatever, and then it gets put in another part to get freaking painted. This building was
building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria. They died of snake bites. Mosquitoes. Not a nice
950,
to work.
950 feet long,
knowing there was a 25%
150 feet wide, and like 78 or 80 feet like or so at the peak. And humongous building, dude. Humongous fucking building. And it's right down in the very end of the 15 freeway in San Diego. It's the NASCO shipping yard. That's where they build the ships. I actually helped build that building. They actually had to, we had to get so close to the power lines that San Diego County Power had to come out and shut it off for like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't remember how long. It wasn't very long. And for us to actually do our shit because we were so close to the power lines with fucking man lifts. And we were playing fucking musical man lifts back in this corner, and the corner of the building was barely far enough away from the wall to where you could squeak it in there, and like we had to put boards there so we didn't pop the tire, and it couldn't shift very far because we'd lean it over and hit the wall. And if you're up high and you're trying to move forward or backward, it gets like narrow at the end where you got to come in, and that's right where the power lines were. And dude, like there's like 12 rows or 12 fucking lines going through right there, dude. It's amazing. So I had a video somewhere, and you could just hear those things crackling the whole time. Crazy.
Great job.
But yeah, so to make sure that the shipbuilding still goes on in the United States is awesome. That means we're not having to import shit from anywhere. It's all made here. That's fucking awesome.
Choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need
that means the building that I built is still getting used. Let's fucking go.
International security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land, and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Yeah, that pisses me
Tonight,
off.
I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
Let's go. The thing is, I was held accountable for half of my, what do you call it, sleeping bag that I was issued in the service
And I want to thank
because it was
especially
stolen
the
from me
government of
or
Pakistan
I
for
lost it.
helping arrest this
They said,
monster.
whatever.
This was a very
I had to pay
momentous day for
400
those
and
13
fucking some odd
families. I
dollars for
actually got to
half
know
of a
very
sleeping
well
bag
most of
because it's an insert part that goes in,
children were
and they stole
murdered
the
and
good part, which is the outside,
many
the
people
waterproof
that were
part.
so badly, over 42 people,
And so I had to
so
pay for
badly
that,
injured on that
and I was held
fateful
accountable
day
for
in
that
Afghanistan.
small
What a
piece of
horrible
gear,
day.
but yet no one has had to
incompetence was
pay for the millions and
Putin
millions
saw
of
what
dollars
happened. I
of
guess
gear
he
that
said,
was
"Wow,
left
maybe this
in
is my chance."
Afghanistan.
That's how bad it was. Should
That's
have
what
never
pisses me
happened.
off.
Grossly
You know what I mean?
incompetent people.
I mean, trust
spoke
me,
to
the
many
main
of
thing that
the
pisses me off is the motherfuckers that
parents
lost
and
their
loved
lives.
ones,
Like,
and
that just shouldn't have happened at all.
They're all
But
in our
I
hearts
want people to be
tonight.
held accountable
Spoke to 'em on the phone. We had a
for
big
other shit
call.
as well. You know what I
One
mean?
of them called, and
Like,
everybody
nobody was held
was on the
accountable for
line.
those men
they
and women
did nothing
dying over
but
there.
cry with happiness. They were
No
very
one was held
happy,
accountable for
as
the
happy as you
equipment
can be
that was
under those
left.
circumstances. Their
And no one was
child,
held accountable
brother, sister,
for, dude,
son, daughter,
the other, like, not even our
killed
men and
for no
women
reason
that were there.
whatsoever.
Like,
In the
other
Middle East, we're
nations,
bringing back our
freaking
hostages from Gaza.
people that were there, like
In my first
their
term, we
news,
achieved one of
you
the
know, their
most
medicals,
groundbreaking
like
peace
whoever else.
agreements
There's
in
a whole lot of
generations,
other
the
countries that
Abraham
had people
Accords.
there in that withdrawal, I'm sure, other than America, that lost their lives, dude, and that just never should have happened. Never should have happened. And no one was ever held accountable for it. You know, nobody. And me being
And then
down in
we're
the
going to
lower
build
levels
on that
of the
foundation to
military
create a more
was
peaceful
held
and
accountable
prosperous
for the
future
smallest
for the entire
fucking
region.
thing,
A lot of things are
like
happening
half
in the
of a
Middle East.
sleeping
People haven't been
bag,
talking about that so much
but yet
lately with everything going
nobody
on
at the
with
top
Ukraine and Russia.
is accountable
A
for
lot of things
all of
are
that
happening in the
destruction.
Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood.
That
actually.
pisses me off.
I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense.
Let's go,
no
Hannah, for
security,
20 freaking months, baby.
No anything.
Let's go. Thank you, Mr. Hannah. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
He just called her Pocahontas. Let's go. What? He just called her Pocahontas. Let's go.
2,000 people are being killed every single week. More than
What? Good night,
that.
Jacob.
They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas
Yeah, I agree,
than they
Cosmic.
have spent on defending
Why?
Ukraine.
Like, what was
by
the
far.
purpose?
Think of that.
I mean, trust me, I know what the
Spent
purpose
more
was, and it was the
buying
base.
Russian oil and gas than they
And we
have
should never let that base
defending.
go.
And
That
we've
base
spent
should have still been
perhaps
ours,
$350
or
billion
in
like taking candy
in like
from a
a-
baby. That's what happened. And they've
an
spent
allied nation's fucking
$100
hands.
billion. What a difference that is.
That way,
and we have
if anything
an
does go
ocean
on over
separating
there,
us,
we actually
and they
have
don't.
a
But we're getting along
air
very well
base
with
or
them.
military
Lots of
base
good
that we
things
could
are
fucking
happening.
land on legitimately.
Biden
That's
has
ours.
authorized more
You
money
know what I
in
mean?
this fight
In their
than
country.
Europe
We should have
has
kept
spent
it.
by
That's the only reason that we were
billions and
there, is
billions
to
of
have
dollars.
it.
It's hard to
And since we
believe
were
that they
there
would have
and
stopped
did
it and
occupy
said,
it,
at some point,
we should
come
have
on,
kept
let's
it.
equalize. You got to be
In my
equal
opinion.
to us. But that didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. regarding the agreement on minerals and security. Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
About time. And all this was just a fucking stupid pissing contest and more money in the pockets of the warmongers, dude. That's all this fucking shit was.
Wouldn't that be
That's
beautiful?
all it was, dude. When there's war, all the, like, warmonger people
It's
make
time
money.
to stop this
That's why they
madness.
want
It's
war,
time
dude.
to halt the
That's
killing.
why they didn't want him for president.
It's time to end the senseless war.
We had 4
If you
years
wanna
with no
end
war
wars, you
in the
have to
last
talk to
who
both
knows how
sides.
long.
Nearly 4 years ago,
And then right
amid
back into it
rising
goes.
tensions,
And then
a
now it's
history
getting ready to
teacher
stop
named
again,
Mark
hopefully.
Fogel
You know?
was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Yeah, cosmic. And see, that's that's what I was saying about everybody's got to come to the table and respect the other person. And that's a big part of it, is not wanting to dip their fingers in everybody else's shit without fairness. You know what I mean? Obviously, poppies, yeah, we don't, no, that's not a good thing. But what I'm saying is, if everybody's got to come to the table and everybody's got to bring their own bread and everybody's got to get some sort of value out of everybody else, regardless if it's minute or if it's a humongous value, because every country has different needs. Every country has different things that they need to sustain them and to make them grow and to make them prosperous. So put those countries at a smaller percentage. I mean, it's still going to be 50% for them and 50% for us, you know, whatever we're trading on kind of thing. But they don't have as much to trade as someone else does of a bigger country. So whatever they have, it's a bartering system. What do you have? What do I have? Okay, I'm cool with letting you have this if you're cool with letting me have that. Let's make a deal.
And a sick and deranged
How hard was that?
assassin unloaded 8 bullets
How hard was that?
from his sniper's perch
The
into a
value
crowd of many thousands
of
people. My life was saved by a
Things
fraction of an
that are
inch,
put on,
but some were not so lucky.
what do you want to call it, like
Corey
minuscule
Comparator
things?
was a firefighter, a veteran, a
Is
Christian,
ridiculous.
a husband, a devoted
Because
father, and above all,
one,
a protector.
like they say, one man's trash is
When the
another
sound
man's
of
treasure.
gunshots pierced
Bro,
the air, was a horrible
We
sight.
could have rocks.
Corey
The other
knew
person could have
instantly
sand.
what it was
You
and
can't
what to
make
do.
sand out of rocks.
He
Can't
threw
make rocks
himself
out of
on
sand,
top
vice
of his
versa,
wife,
whatever.
daughters,
You know what I mean? We have one
shielded
thing, they have
them
another.
from
They
the
can't make
bullets
it. We can't make it.
with his own body.
Hey, man, you need a little bit of this. It might
Corey
help you
was
out.
hit really
You need a little
hard.
bit of that. It might help us out.
You know the story from
You know what I
there.
mean?
He
Whatever
sacrificed
they
his life
have,
to save
that's
theirs.
going to benefit. You know what I
Two
mean?
others
It's got to
very
be
fine
a
people were
fair
also seriously
and
hit.
even playing table with whatever you're
Thankfully,
bringing
with the help of two
and with what you
great
want.
country
You can't have
doctors,
high expectations and not
thought
bring
they
a
were
fucking
gone
thing
and
to
they
the
were
table.
saved. So those
You know?
doctors had great
Like that
talent.
just doesn't make sense. There's no common sense there.
By Corey's wife,
Like, how do
Helen,
you expect to get?
who was his high school sweetheart?
Hey man, I'd
and
like
their
to
two
borrow $1
beloved
million,
daughters,
but
Allison and
I'll give you
Kaylee.
this $1 in trade.
Thank you.
Like, it doesn't make sense, right? But at the same time, if you don't put a money value per se, a dollar sign on something, and you value it as how much value it actually is to people, your community, your country, whatever the case is, that is where the value should come in. It's not money-wise. It's not a dollar sign. It shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own fucking money. Everybody has their own fucking shit. It should be whatever other else you could help them with and they could help you with. You know what I mean? I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. Don't fuck me over. We won't fuck you over. It's easy. How fucking hard is it? But people get greedy. You know what I mean?
It was love like Corey's that took our country.
What's up 2 times?
That is going to make our
homeboy was asleep earlier. Warren's fucking old man, the dude sitting next to her.
My life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that.
Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts.
Dude, he's given an
who
hour and 46-minute speech so far, dude.
Who defied all odds,
this is pretty wild.
Transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength,
was it
faith,
almost
love,
11
and
o'clock
spirit is still alive
over there on
and
the East
thriving
Coast?
in the hearts of the American people.
So yeah, it's pretty late over there.
Despite the
And this
best efforts of
motherfucker
those
just looked
who
like he
would
drank
try
some
to
G Fuel.
Censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age, these workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities, these warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life.
What's the big news?
Build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world.
Ready, set,
we would know, but the
effects of Viagra, but
We're going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
technology and space travel is the big news. I don't know.
And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in and for the country our people deserve.
Let's go. That's a fiery one right there. What's her name? Bobert, I think is her name. She's a fiery one, dude.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible
And then,
future because
Marjorie Green.
the golden age of America has only just begun.
She's-
It will be like nothing that
she's like
has
Pitbull.
ever been seen before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Let's go. Look at how fast they're leaving. Look at all the Dems, dude. They're gone. That lady could not get out of there fast enough. Did you see that? Look at that. They're about to trample over freaking poor old Nancy Pelosi right there, trying to get out of there so fast. She about to fall. Somebody needs to help her. I don't know, that one lady judge didn't look too happy. I just can't figure out why everybody on that side is like so angry, dude. Like, can you not be happy about one thing?
Great job. Thank you. Great honor. Thank you. Thank you. Get this place going, all right? Thank you so much. It's a great honor. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. I see you soon. Teaching young people to love America. Well, I'm trying to. Great guy. Thank you. Best to your family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Howard. Thank you again. Thank you again. Won't forget. So good. Yeah, it's good. So good, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Terrific, Mr. Really terrific. Really outstanding. Thanks. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good shit, good shit. No, I haven't even looked, MJ. I haven't even looked at Discord.
Thanks for the phone call last night, too.
Absolutely. You know that. Thank you very much. I'll do it. Just give me the information.
I'm not going to give it to you. Sorry.
Thank you, everybody. Great speech. Great speech.
Good shit. Good speech. Good shit.
Yes.
Fucking 2 hour speech almost. He was up there for a minute. I didn't expect him to go on that long. I figured he'd do maybe a little over an hour, like an hour or 10. But
President Roger Williams, thanks for the call.
I love Roger Williams.
Thank you.
You don't have to introduce yourself.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President.
I know you better than you do, Roger.
Thank you so much.
My great baseball.
America
Good
is-
job. Great job you're doing.
America is back. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Pennsylvania anytime, sir.
They stood for.
Thank you all.
They stood for another country, not our country. That was phenomenal.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
That was fantastic, sir. That was amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Quick selfie. Mr. President.
Good job, Mr. President. Great job. Thank you so much. Great speech, sir.
look at that guy. Get a selfie. Come on, dude. You already shook your hand. Move along, bro, you know? Like, he's got a lot of people to get through.
Oh, good, good. How you doing? All right?
Did you get a chance to shake his hand earlier? Do you want me to get a picture?
make sure you're shaking his hand or anything? You're good.
Thank you very much.
Let's do biofilm.
Thank you, darling.
Great job, thank you. I love you. Best speech on the floor ever. Yeah, it was so good.
Thank you
so
very
good.
much.
Hey, you rocked it, Mr. President. We're with you, 100%. Crush.
Thank you.
Really good.
Congratulations.
President, you had the best speech ever.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Mr. President, that was a great speech.
That was awesome.
I haven't really listened to a whole bunch of other little address speeches.
Let's go. Get down to that. You get down. Good luck.
So,
Thank you. It's so great.
Thank you, everybody. Good job.
Thank you for mentioning God needs to help us.
Thank you, Mr. President.
It's true.
Mr. President.
Incredible. Thank you.
Great speech. Great speech.
Thanks for taking my call.
Good luck. Yeah. My man.
Thank you for standing
You
strong.
really triggered those people.
Tremendous, Mr. President. Thank you.
Somebody did.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the beneficial ownership and this week. That was a good
yeah.
time.
Thanks for mentioning farmers.
Well, we love our farmers. Thank you, man.
look at there.
You earned this night.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're tough.
Farmers.
Thank you, man.
Proud of you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you so much.
Great again.
That's what keeps us alive, man.
I did indeed. You better believe it. I did a good endorsement.
President, home run.
Thank you very
Hey,
much.
haters is what makes you famous, though, right?
Mr. President.
Thank you, everybody.
You did great.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you.
Great to see you. Slam dunk.
You're doing good.
Thank you, sir. You did amazing, per usual.
Thank you. I'll see you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, cheese. Thank you. Love you,
Got
Mr.
it?
President. Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Look at this beautiful.
New congressman from Eastern Washington. We've never met. Michael
that's
Baumgartner.
good.
I was one of Mike Leach's best friends.
Oh, that's
He thinks
good.
very
Oh,
highly of
Mike
you.
was- oh, he was great.
Tremendous.
He was a great guy.
Great
What a
speech. Great speech.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Respect for you. You did a great job. Yeah, thank you very much.
Home run, Mr. President.
right.
Home run. Home run.
That was a good one. President, good to see you, sir. Appreciate it. Good job. Thank you very much.
I just want to see if there's any bullshit that goes on outside. Like if they're gonna, how far they're gonna go with this.
You let me know. I will. Thank you, sir.
I mean, it says Fox News, so they're gonna air probably as much as they can, and then I do that. That was live, 100%. They didn't edit. They didn't any of that shit. So everybody got to hear everything. Good shit. I just want to see if there's anything going on outside. Curious. Because they all cleared out quick.
The House will be in order. The House will be in order. For what purpose does the gentleman from Louisiana seek recognition?
Speaker, I move that the message of the President be referred to the Committee of the Whole House on the State of the Union and ordered printed.
Without objection. Does it, does the gentleman from Louisiana have a motion?
Madam Speaker, I move that the House now stand adjourned.
The question is on the motion to adjourn. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to. Accordingly, the House stands adjourned until 10 a.m. tomorrow for morning hour debate.
There you go. And that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and watching. very appreciative, and all the views we had tonight is pretty crazy. 485 views. So yeah, man, we did pretty good, and we'll see how everything plays out. So thank you guys for watching, smashing the like button, all that good stuff. Well, Jacob, did you see her? She couldn't pick the dang thing up barely, bro. You know what I mean? She can't force it down. She's just got to let the weight of it go down. So, you know, give her a little credit, man, that she hasn't worked out in a while. She's missed a couple of gym days. All right, y'all. Peace out, man. Much love. Thank you for watching, and tune in next time for some games. Peace out.